Hello, my name is Michael Failing. Last name spelling is F-A-I-L-I-N-G. I'm the acting chief of police for the city of Lorain. And what I'm giving you is a preliminary investigation. Lorain Police is still investigating. This is what we know so far. At approximately 1:05 p.m., Officers Wagner and Gale had purchased a pizza and were parked at the dead end of Missouri Avenue. Side of Lorain. Missouri is an undeveloped industrial park. It has walking trails and obviously some streets to drive. Officers were parked side by side having their lunch in their respective patrol vehicles. The suspect had parked at the dead end of Missouri Avenue and he had an arsenal of weapons with him. He was laying in wait and opened fire with multiple rounds at both of the officers who were sitting in their vehicles. A third officer, Officer Payne, responding to the call for help, called for additional officers and drove down to assist his fellow officers. Officer Payne was also shot multiple times in his patrol vehicle. Multiple officers responded to the scene when the call for help was transmitted. Assisting officers loaded up the wounding officers in patrol vehicles and drove them to the hospital themselves. They also provided wound care to their fellow officers. The officers were transported to Mercy Health. The suspect was shot on scene and was pronounced deceased. Officer Gale suffered a gunshot wound to his hand, and he's being treated at Mercy Health Center right now. Both Officer Payne and Wagner suffered multiple gunshot wounds, and they were airlifted to Metro. They're currently undergoing medical treatment. If you could all pray for these officers. The investigation into this incident is being handled by Lorain Police Department, so the information I give you could be subject to change as a result of their investigation. At this time, I would like to thank the men and women of the Lorain Police Department. The ones standing behind me, a lot of them responded to this call. I'd like to thank them for their bravery, the remarkable response to this tragedy. I'd also like to thank our law enforcement partners, both local and federal, that responded to the scene. I want to thank Life Care, who responded to the scene, the wonderful staff at Mercy Hospital that were waiting for these officers and immediately began care as officers pulled into the parking lot. Please pray for the Lorain Police Department in the coming days. Thank you.
Mayor. I just want to echo the thoughts and statements of our police chief. We love our Lorain police officers. I consider them the best police officers in the state of Ohio. And we have support not only in the city of Lorain, but also the state of Ohio. I did receive a call from Governor DeWine as I was riding here to the hospital, giving his 100% support to our Lorain Police, and also whatever help we could provide to the Lorain Police Department as we go through this tragic time. I also received a message from Senator John Huston's office indicating that they were praying for our officers and would provide whatever help they could or assistance they could provide to our Lorain Police. So it's a tragic day in the city of Lorain, but we're a strong city and we're going to move forward, and we just welcome all your prayers and all your support for our police officers and the citizens in the city of Lorain. Thank you very much.
To this point, the state FOP president, Jay McDonald, is going to say a couple of words.
Good afternoon. My name is Jay McDonald, MCD, ON, ALD, and I am the president of the FOP of Ohio. And I want to talk to you about violence against law enforcement. Through the month of June, 166 law enforcement officers have been shot in this country. And every day, these heroes behind me continue to come to work to protect and serve their communities, knowing that this violence continues to rain down on the men and women who swore an oath to protect people they don't even know. 166 men and women shot from January through June. And now we add 3 more names to that list. And all of these men and women behind me came running to help. Into a hail of gunfire to help their brothers. They're heroes. And everybody who hears this need to pray for the men and women of law enforcement, because they remain under attack, not only in Lorain, not only in Northeast Ohio, but all across our state. Quite frankly, it's time for all of us to come together to put a stop to this. Police, judges, prosecutors, legislators, and the general public all need to stand together, arm in arm, to condemn the violence, the senseless, cowardly violence like we saw today. The only way this will stop is if we're united and standing with law enforcement, in support of law enforcement, standing with cops who come to work to protect you and me, people they don't even know. Please pray for all 3 of these brave officers and every single man and woman who comes to work and puts on a badge and a vest and a gun, because they need it. And even in the face of this violence, they'll be here tomorrow and the day after and the day after, because they're answering the call to protect and serve their communities. Thank you.
So at that point, that's conclude the press conference. The chief has to get back to his officers, so thank you.
Can you get clarity on the names? I'm sorry, sir, but as that car was going by, can you get clarity on the officers and which positions they were, their full names? Is that possible?
We'll have Cleveland release pictures to you in the officers' names.
Okay, and the full names, and who was in which car?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Do we know conditions on the officers?
They're all being treated right now.
How is your department for that?
It's tough. This is the first major shooting that we've had in 7 years involving an officer being hit.
I'm sorry, how many years did you say?
About 70 years.
70 years?
70.
Wow. Can you tell us who shot the suspect?
I have no idea.
Was it a fellow officer or?
Yes, the Lorain Police is all handling that.
Can you release the suspect's name?
I have no idea who he is, and I don't care.
All right, so thank you guys for coming today. That'll conclude today's press conference.
I think our circuits